A very hard pill to swallow in Christianity is that Christ has saved us, but he has not removed us from our suffering. This is quite a deep contemplation, but on the highway in a car, I was just thinking about my fragility and the higher chances of my death or injury or suffering by being in a car on the highway. And that went on for about an hour until suddenly I drove up on a hill overlooking Cape Town and I saw the beautiful ocean and the beautiful landscape. And it made me not just look at the suffering in life, but in its immense beauty. And I mention this because, yes, we live in a world of suffering. And we won't just be simply removed out of it, only until our death. But we can find peace even in the suffering. And I find that this peace isn't just reliant on some sort of beautiful landscape, but in the name of Jesus. And the Orthodox Church practices praying without ceasing, as Paul says in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 17. And in the way of the pilgrim, it speaks of how the Jesus prayer overcomes, doesn't remove, but overcomes the difficulties in life. So allow me to read a passage from the way of a pilgrim. And that is how I go about now and ceaselessly repeat the Jesus prayer, which is more precious and sweet to me than anything in the world. At times I do as much as 43 or 44 miles a day and do not feel that I am walking at all. I am aware only of the fact that I am saying my prayer. When the bitter cold pierces me, I begin to say my prayer more earnestly, and I quickly become warm all over. When hunger begins to overcome me, I call more often on the name of Jesus, and I forget my wish for food. When I fall ill and get rheumatism in my back and legs, I fix my thoughts on the prayer and do not notice the pain. If anyone harms me, I have only to think, how sweet is the Jesus prayer, and the injury and the anger alike pass away, and I forget it all. I thank God that I now understand the meaning of those words I heard in the epistle. Pray without ceasing. The name of Jesus, that isn't just a word of magic, but it brings the eternal into the present, and you realize you can overcome suffering.